Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at what are people's subconscious thoughts of you. So please be aware that this is a general reading, only take what resonates, leave the rest. Before we get started with your pile selection, I want to give a quick shout out to my sponsor, Keen. So this is how my best friend almost ruined my relationship. It started with a missed call from Emily on my boyfriend Kyle's phone at a weird time. Then I saw a missed call from Kyle on Emily's phone as well. I wondered why they'd call each other while I'm at work. My heart raced. I trust them, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. I felt uneasy about Emily before. A year ago, I noticed how she and Kyle seemed to click, sharing jokes and glances that made me uncomfortable. Once I even caught Emily smiling at a message from Kyle, and when I asked him about it, he said it was private. I just dismissed it as paranoia due to my trust issues, but the doubt lingered. The new incident made my old suspicions resurface. Kyle became more secretive, always on his phone, which was unusual for him, and Emily started cancelling plans last minute, which wasn't like her. Everything seemed off, and my anxiety grew. I confronted Kyle about the call, but he brushed it off as a mistake. But when I asked Emily, she said she didn't even remember calling at all. Their vague answers made me even more anxious. I needed to know the truth, so that's when I decided to consult with a tarot reader from Keen. I browsed Keen's website, searching for the right psychic for my situation. I found one specializing in relationship readings with great reviews. But it was her energy that caught my attention, so I decided to consult with her, hoping she could reveal the truth. I explained my fears and asked for clarity. As she began typing, I just felt a gnawing anxiety, fearing the truth I might hear. She told me the cards speak of betrayal, and my stomach dropped. Then she added, but they also speak of celebration, a union of hearts. Confused and frustrated, I asked, what does that mean? Her vagueness felt like torture. The truth lies in what you choose to see. The betrayal may not be what you think. Sometimes the heart sees what it fears, not what is real, she responded. I left the chat more confused than ever. Over the next few days, her words echoed in my mind, turning every interaction with Kyle and Emily into something sinister. The final straw came when I saw Kyle and Emily together at a coffee shop, speaking in hushed tones. They didn't see me, but I saw enough to confirm the worst. I left in tears. Back home, I felt broken. How could they betray me? But as I paced around, the tarot reader's words returned to me. Celebration? Union of hearts? Could there be another explanation? The next day, I decided to confront them. I know something's going on, I blurted out. Just tell me the truth. Kyle and Emily exchanged a glance, then smiled. We were going to tell you tonight, Emily said softly. Tell me what? I demanded. Kyle pulled out a small velvet box. We've been planning a special anniversary surprise for you. Our 3-year anniversary is next month. Emily helped me because you trust her taste more than mine. My mind reeled as everything fell into place. The strange calls, the secret meetings, the cryptic conversations. It was all for me. I felt a flood of relief and guilt. The tarot reader's words made sense now. The betrayal was actually my own mistrust, twisted by my fears. I hugged them both, tears streaming down my face as the weight of doubt lifted. They've been planning something beautiful for me, not against me. So I realized that sometimes trust means choosing to see love, even when fear blinds you. I hope you enjoyed that little nugget of my personal life, and if you've had thoughts about something you need clarity on, Keen connects you with talented psychics, tarot readers, and astrologers, available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so you can get a reading whenever it suits you. Just create an account and you'll be able to choose from the hundreds of readers who are online right now. Each reader has unique gifts and specialties, so whether you need insights on love, career, or life in general, they can provide deeper understanding and guidance. Choose whichever reader best suits you, and you'll be able to connect with them via phone call or text chat. It's always best to get a personal psychic reading if you'd like more accurate information on your situation, because it is directed only to your energies. Now, here's your chance to get a personalized reading from Keen. As a new customer on Keen, you can try your first 5 minutes for only $1. Go to trykeen.com/psychic-siren-tarot or click the link in my description box below to receive a discount on your first reading. Thank you, Keen, for bringing this partnership opportunity and for sponsoring today's video. That's trykeen.com/psychic-siren-tarot or click the link in my description box below to get your own personalized reading today at a huge discount. So getting back to your pile selection, we have 3 piles to choose from today. So for pile number 1, we have Fire Agate with the Sacred Sisterhood Tarot. For pile number 2, we have Specular Hematite with the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. And for pile number 3, we have Peacock or with the Queer Tarot. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile, pick whichever one you are most drawn to. So hopefully by now you have picked a pile for yourself. If not, you can pause the video. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose this Fire Agate Crystal and the Sacred Sisterhood Tarot, then this is your reading. So we're going to be taking a look at what are people's subconscious thoughts of you. Please be aware that this is a general reading, so only take what resonates, leave the rest. If you happen to find yourself enjoying this reading, then please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Also, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can find my email address in the description box below. So let's go ahead and shuffle the tarot cards that you chose. After that, I think I'll look at some oracle cards. But let's see what comes up for you. So Spirit Guides of pile number 1. Spirit Guides of pile number 1. What are people's subconscious thoughts of pile number 1? So I kind of feel like pulling cards from the top today. So we have the Two of Pentacles showing up first. We have the Nine of Cups showing up next. And we have the Queen of Wands, which is quite interesting. We have the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the Tower. At the back of the deck, we do have the Star in the reverse. So firstly, what I'm getting from your pile in terms of people's subconscious thoughts of you. People subconsciously pick up on the things you want out of life with the Nine of Cups. People subconsciously pick up on and see what you want out of the connection when you're speaking to them. So if you're speaking to somebody and you don't really want any type of connection to them, they may subconsciously see that or think that, this person doesn't really like me so much. If you do like a person and you do want something with them, they kind of subconsciously see what you want out of the connection. So if you want a friendship with a person, but you're not saying it to them, they subconsciously see that and think that you want that friendship with them. Or if you like a person and you want something romantic with them, then they will subconsciously think that you want that. So I think people subconsciously think and notice the things you want out of the connection, your intentions towards a person, and what you want in your connections in general, in your friendships, in your relationships, romantically. So that is something I see here with the Nine of Cups. People may also subconsciously see what you want out of life within your career, within your goals, within the things you want to achieve. People subconsciously think that you're somebody that's very ambitious. With the Queen of Wands, King of Pentacles, it's like you have this fire within you that kind of pushes you to achieve things for yourself. So people subconsciously think that you're that type of person that is very determined to get what you want out of life, even if it means having to work extra or go the extra mile than the average person. It's like you have this warrioress spirit where nothing can defeat you or stop you when it comes to your goals, dreams, and desires. People subconsciously think that you may have had older people or people within your family or just people in general that are older than you kind of put you down for your big dreams and goals. So people subconsciously think that you're somebody with a lot of dreams and goals, that you're a dreamer, a visionary, and you're not just dreaming big, but you're actually putting in action to make it become a reality. And there is this forceful energy of nature with you where it's like, I want this, so I'm going to go above and beyond to get this, and nothing's going to stop me. As we see in this tower card, she's kicking over the tower to get the crown. So that is how I am seeing it and reading it based off this card, along with the Nine of Cups here. And the star in reverse to me at the back of the deck represents somebody that shines bright, but other people have maybe tried to put you down, make you small in some way. So that's why I'm reading it the way I am, because with the star in reverse, it's like people subconsciously see that sometimes maybe you have trouble believing in yourself or believing in your dreams or feeling like you can truly shine and take up space because of your previous experiences with others. I feel with this pile, it's kind of like it won't resonate with everybody, but I kind of feel like maybe some of you had older aunts, mothers, just like older women in your life kind of put you down, and people subconsciously see that, those people were jealous of you and tried to make you small because it's like you shine too bright. And it's 11:11 on the clock, so confirmation. But with the Queen of Wands here, people subconsciously think that you are overall working on your sense of self-confidence, where you are able to take up space, where you are able to state what you want out of something and not feel shameful for that, where you're able to state your needs to people and not feel uncomfortable about that, where you're able to stand up for yourself and shine bright without feeling like, you're looking over your shoulder to see who's jealous of you. You know what I mean? Because the thing is, what I've learned is when you shine bright, when you're moving towards success, when you're working on yourself, when you're growing as a person and, becoming more confident in yourself, there's always going to be people that are in a lower vibration that try to put you down out of a sense of jealousy because they see your growth and they see you taking up space and shining, and it kind of triggers an insecurity within them. So it happens when you're moving up in life, but I do also think that when you move up in life, there are also people that support you, that get inspired by you. So I think for you, you're trying to look for friendships and people that are supportive of your successes, that are supportive of you as a person and accept you as you are. Don't try to make you small, because I feel like you have this very exciting, loud personality. And when I said loud, I don't mean that as an insult, but it's kind of like you have this vivacious energy about you where it's like you shine bright, you take up space, and it's like when you're excited about something and you share it, there's so much light within your eyes, so much life within your eyes and smile, and it's like you have this contagious smile, contagious laughter. You're like fire, if that makes sense. You have this fiery energy about you where it's just like unexplainable in words, but it's like you're very exciting to be around, a very interesting person. You have a very dynamic personality. That's what people subconsciously think of you. And you're trying to find friends that are, maybe also confident in themselves, that don't try to put you down because you feel good about yourself. So I think people subconsciously see that about you and see how powerful you are, even though people or things have tried to destroy you. So it's like they see that warrioress energy, that strength you have. And as I say that, I'm clairvoyantly seeing a dragon. So some of you might have dragon energy. People subconsciously see you as somebody that is brave or fearless, or you face your fears with courage. And there's something about them seeing you as like, I'm hearing the word vavavoom, like you have this thing about you that is unexplainable, but it's like you have so much life force energy within you that, you know, when people are around you, they will never get bored. It's always a fun time. And I feel like you are working on yourself in some way. I feel like this pile's done a lot of shadow work on yourself, and you've faced maybe darker parts of yourself to find acceptance within that and not judge yourself and have more compassion towards yourself. Maybe people subconsciously see that maybe in the past you were very mean to yourself, but you've learned to become kinder to yourself because those shadow parts of yourself were caused by the pain that was put onto you. It wasn't your fault. So it's like you've learned to be kinder to yourself with the Queen of Cups, to be more compassionate to yourself the way you are with others. And people subconsciously see that about you. People subconsciously think that you're a very lucky person. They subconsciously think that you're very balanced within your energies. So although you have this fun persona, it's like you still know how to put your head down and work and be responsible towards the things you need in your life, especially if you are in adulthood. It's like you're still a responsible person, even though you're a lot of fun to be around. You're not reckless in any way. That's what people subconsciously think. People are subconsciously very drawn to your energy, and you pull them in towards you like a magnet. So your energy is very magnetic in some way, and a lot of people are very drawn to you. They want to be around you. They're subconsciously attracted to your energy, not necessarily in a romantic sense, but sometimes yes. But it's like they just want to be around you and they don't know why. But I think they subconsciously pick up on that energy you have. And I think a lot of people want to be around you because of that. And it's like they see you as very inspiring, very powerful, very strong, whether you see that in yourself or not. So next we have the Seven of Swords. And I feel like this is confirmation of what I said, where you've been doing a lot of shadow work, because as we see in the Seven of Swords, I love this tarot deck because it has different depictions of the cards, which gives a different type of energy and meaning to it than the average Rider-Waite tarot. So as we see here, it's kind of like that energy is being pulled out of her. So I feel like even the fact that she has her hands over her heart space, it's like you're letting go of judgments towards yourself that were maybe put onto you by others, by their shadow self. So it's like you're learning to love yourself with her hands over her heart, even in moments where you don't feel that great about yourself or where you have been mean to yourself. We have the Nine of Pentacles. So people subconsciously think that you are going to be very successful in this lifetime, that you are going to have a lot of money in this lifetime with the Nine of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, both cards of luxury and money. And there's something about you giving off like boss babe energy or CEO energy, where people subconsciously see your potential to rise towards financial and career-like success. People also subconsciously think that you are very gifted or talented at something, and that you might sometimes doubt yourself, but you're learning to sort of like see your progress and not be so critical of yourself, if that makes sense, where you're learning to sort of praise yourself more and accept compliments from others more and gifts from others more. People subconsciously think you're a giver and you love to give gifts to other people, or just give to other people to make them feel special in some way and show that you love them. We have the King of Wands showing up next. So there's something about people subconsciously thinking that you're, again, very powerful with the lion here statue. With the lion statue, I kind of feel this intuitive message of you being well known in this lifetime one day for whatever you do, where you kind of leave an imprint of the earth Because people don't make statues of people unless they've done something like super great. So it's kind of like you're going to leave a legacy here, an imprint of whatever you bring to the earth. I don't know what it is, but it's different for all of you. But people subconsciously think you have a very big purpose or gift to share with the world or talent to share with the world, and you're going to be seen for it with the lion, because it reminds me of Leo energy, right? Even if you're not a Leo, that's just what I see. People also subconsciously think you're a very passionate person, ambitious, like I mentioned before, and that you have leadership energy. So, whether you wear something and other people want to mimic that and sort of follow your lead, or let's say you do something and it becomes quite popular where everybody else wants to do this, I feel this trendsetter energy from your pile. So, people subconsciously think that of you and that leadership energy. So, you'd have no problem being like a manager or something, or in a leadership position. People subconsciously see that energy within you. And they also subconsciously think that you're a very positive person. Although the mind tends to lean towards the negative, you try to be more positive in your daily thoughts, if that makes sense. So let's go ahead and take a look at your oracle cards now. I just saw the angel number 111 and 1122, and as I looked at this woman and her hands, it's kind of like she gives off this demeanor of like she knows she's beautiful, she knows she's successful, she's proud of herself. So I feel like that is the energy you're stepping into right now. But I also heard, oh, you think you're better than me. So some people might get threatened by your sense of confidence within yourself, by your sense of belief within yourself, and, you achieving your goals, where it's kind of like they have this subconscious thought of like, oh, you think you're better than me, but you don't think you're better than anybody. They subconsciously think you're better than them. So, it's kind of like you sometimes subconsciously bring out insecurities within people where they're not consciously aware of their own insecurities or where the root of the problem lies. And then they kind of project that insecurity onto you subconsciously. And then some people kind of feel uncomfortable being around you because you sort of trigger an insecurity within them. And that's why I say for you, you're trying to find friends that are also confident within themselves. People also subconsciously see that you're not perfect. And I again, I don't say that as an insult. Nobody's perfect. We all have things about us, um, personality wise. But it's like when you're self aware and you want to work on those parts of yourself that need improvement, it's like people can see you're trying to be a better person. So subconsciously, they see that you're working on yourself and working on certain traits of yours that might hold you back, in a sense. So we have the patroness of miraculous healing. I don't know why. This card kind of reminds me of my grandma. So I don't know if some of you have grandmas that are very supportive of you, or grandmas in the afterlife. But if the message doesn't resonate, that's okay. I don't think it will resonate with everybody. It says, I am ready to heal. I am worthy of the miracles meant for me. We have the Princess of Mercy. With giving is receiving. The energy of the universe is merciful. And we have a tiger here. So the cat family is showing up a lot, which are symbols and representation of power and strength, like I said before, so confirmation. And the butterflies here represent transformation. So you've definitely been transforming yourself. Then we have Our Lady of the Hermits. I transform pain and suffering into a greater capacity to love. And you actually have one extra card. Let me just make space. So, Our Lady of the Interior Life. I trust the answers I find within me. I know that the presence of love is real. There is something about people subconsciously thinking you are that type of person where if they come to your home's going to be very beautifully decorated, where it's like very cozy and homey, if that makes sense. And if they were ever to go to your home, you would show hospitality, offer them drinks, snacks, food. It's kind of like people subconsciously think that of you, that you're somebody that is very kind and compassionate in a way, and you love to give to others, and you don't always expect it back in return. Why did I say respect? You don't always expect it back in return, but you would like more reciprocal connections in your life, because maybe people subconsciously see that you've been the giver in a lot of your relationships, and now you're learning to receive as well. And have more balance there, if that makes sense. You'd like more balanced connections where you're not the only one that's giving, the only one that's reaching out and being there for people. You know what I mean? People subconsciously see the work you've done on yourself and how that has improved your life and your mental health, your emotional health, your spiritual health. You look a lot more peaceful lately and at peace. So here it says, I'm ready to heal. I'm worthy of the miracles meant for me, which makes me think people subconsciously see you have healed yourself. You have transformed your pain and suffering into love. Maybe they see that you're the type of person that would rather forgive than hold on to anger of people that have hurt you, because maybe you see where their pain comes from as well and how they just pass that cycle down onto you, which of course isn't an excuse for their behavior, but you'd learn to find peace rather than hold on to anger and sort of give people mercy and forgiveness and grace, the same way you give it to yourself when you make mistakes. So it's kind of like people see that subconsciously in you, where you have this divine energy where you're not holding on to anger or things from the past that have hurt you. People subconsciously see queen, king energy, royal, regal energy with you. And we have the high priestess at the back of the deck. So I don't know if you are very intuitive and gifted and people subconsciously see that and think that, or if they're sort of picking up on you energetically, subconsciously, even if they're not psychic, they could be picking up on your energy. So take what resonates. This is your reading. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my pal number twos. If you chose the Specular Hematite crystal and the Dreams of Gaia tarot, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at what are people's subconscious thoughts of you. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Before we get started, I'd just like to say, if you enjoy my readings and you want to stay up to date with what I post daily, you're more than welcome to hit the subscribe button. Also, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can find my email address in the description box below. So it is 11:33 on the clock as we start for your pile, so that may be a significant angel number. And I also saw the angel number 444. So what I want to say with your pile is you're very energetically protected with that angel number 444, where people that don't have the best intentions towards you will subconsciously sense your protective energies. And I'm seeing a lot of ancestors and spirit guides around you and mystical beings that are spirit guides around you. Like I'm even seeing starseed beings from other galaxies around you, other types of mystical beings that protect you, that are very protective over you. I even see angelic energies and archangels around you. So I feel like you have a very huge spirit team that protects you and watches over you. And what I want to say here is people subconsciously pick up on that if they have more negative intentions towards you, where they'll be a little bit intimidated by doing you dirty the same way they do to others. And it's kind of like when they do it to others, there's no regret or guilt. So I think I'm picking up on more negative people. And this is not everybody in your life, but it's the first energy I'm picking up on, where if they are having negative intentions towards you, something within them will stop and say, like, maybe I shouldn't do this with this person. And if they choose to go ahead with it, that is when things become really unsettling and scary in their life, because I'm hearing you also have a powerful intuition. So it's like you sense what's coming next, because Spirit is showing me those is it Jackie Chan movies where, let's say, somebody comes up to him and tries to fight him and he has eyes at the back of his head. It's like you know how to spiritually protect yourself from psychic attacks. And it's like you know what's coming next. So there's something about some people that do choose to mess with you after getting that thought, getting a lot of karma where things get very scary and unsettling, like I said, where they start to become subconsciously scared of you. Also, I saw a fish out of water, and I heard I'm a Pisces in Erica Buddy's voice. I think it's in her song, in one of her songs. So I don't know if I'm picking up on a lot of water signs within this pile, but I'm also picking up on air sign energy. So if you are of that zodiac sign, people may subconsciously see that and think you match up to that energy. But with the fish out of water and the kind of galaxy type of energy here, I'm kind of getting with this pile, maybe a lot of you are star seeds or not from here. Like you have this more ethereal, psychic, seer, mystical type of energy that it's like you're not necessarily from here. And I think people subconsciously see that about you, that there's something very different and unique about you and your energy. When they compare you to others, it's like you kind of don't feel like Earth is your home, because maybe you originate from somewhere else in your soul origin. And there's something about people subconsciously seeing that your vibration is learning, your energy is learning to be comfortable and ground here on earth, but it's very different from what your soul is used to. So we have the maiden, we have wisdom, we have faith. Okay, so people subconsciously see that you are a very wise old soul, but that you also have a youthful energy about you at the same time. Because people subconsciously see that you're a very wise person, you might often get people, even strangers, that come up to you and ask you for help or advice, because there is something about people subconsciously seeing that you're somebody with pure intentions towards every living being here on this planet Earth. Not just human beings, but every living being. And it's like you choose to thrive in peace and harmony rather than. I feel like your soul doesn't like war, doesn't like violence, doesn't like all the darker things that may happen here on earth. It's not good for your soul to be around that. Your soul needs and requires peace and harmony and wants to bring that here on planet Earth. So I feel like people subconsciously pick up on that energy you have, that high vibrational energy you have, and they instantly trust you because of that. I feel like maybe you've even had past life incarnations as angelic beings for this pile, or star seeds. That's what I'm picking up with this pile, but also other mystical. I'm seeing like maybe you've had other mystical kind of past lives. Like I'm seeing elemental spirits, dryads, nymphs, fairies, mermaids in this pile. Okay. So yeah, people love to come up to you and tell you about the things that are going on in their life, because they just subconsciously sense that you're able to give them advice that will help them through that situation, yet also coming from a place of non-judgment. With the maiden here, it's like yes, you have this old soul, but you have this youthful energy about you. And due to this youthful energy you have, it's kind of like you find the fun and playfulness within life. And that's what people subconsciously think of you. With the bunny here, people subconsciously think that you're a very gentle, gracious, graceful person, very sweet and cute in nature. And you're very connected to your own inner child. It's like you see life as an adventure. You see life as something playful. And you remind people to not take life so seriously. okay? Because when we become too serious and rigid, it's like we're not living in harmony and balance. Yes, seriousness is needed at times, but it's like you strive for harmony and balance, and people see that within you. People see that you love animals, that you care for animals, the environment, something about that's coming through. And because of this youthful energy, you might also look younger than your age, where it's like because you keep your inner child with you, because you still, find time for fun and playfulness, it's like you age less than the average person, if that makes sense. We have knowledge. Yeah, like I keep picking up on starseed energy within this pile. I'm picking up on Andromedan energy, Pleiades. I'm also picking up on Sirius energy, the Sirius planet. Yeah. So we have emotion slash intellect and water-based planets. So I feel like with emotion slash intellect and knowledge here, it's like people subconsciously see that you are somebody with a lot of knowledge in terms of logic, like you've learned a lot physically, if that makes sense, within your lifetime. And there's something about you knowing how to balance your spiritual wisdom with your logic. There's also something about you being emotionally intelligent. So it's like you have an intelligence within logic, within spiritual knowledge and wisdom, based on your own life and what you've learned in past lives too. And you've also learned emotional intelligence. So people subconsciously think you're very intelligent in all aspects. I think people subconsciously pick up on your magical energy, that you may have been healers in past lives, that you may have been witches or cold witches, or like I'm picking up on healer energy, seer energy. What is it? What is it called again? I have that word on the tip of my tongue. It's like you've studied the occult in past lives, is what I'm picking up on. So your spiritual knowledge doesn't just come from this life, but also past life. Confirmation with the Six of Cups. And I didn't see this card before I said that. So I think people subconsciously pick up on the person you were in past lives, but also now today, because it's like your soul is one with all those experiences, if that makes sense. People also subconsciously see that you're somebody that's very kind and loving and giving. And you may give people gifts, because here she's giving somebody, like, it looks like a friendship bracelet. So I do see that. People also subconsciously pick up on your kindness, in a sense where you come across to others as if you are just giving from pure intentions with no ulterior motives, and you come across as very helpful and generous. I just need to cover this card. Give me a second. So your next card is integrity. I had to cover it because of nudity. But what I feel here with your pile is a lot of people are physically and sexually attracted to you, but they also pick up on the fact that you have a lot of sexual healing energy. So I feel like a lot of these subconscious thoughts are like people picking up on your energies. And there's something about you being a very nurturing person where it's like you pour into people, but you've also had to learn to pour into yourself as well. People subconsciously see that you're a person with integrity. You're very honest. You wouldn't lie or do anything that, goes outside of your values. Maybe you have a lot of faith within the divine. I don't know if some of you are more religious or spiritual, but take it as it resonates. And the owl here also represents wisdom. People subconsciously think you're a healthy person to be around. And there's also something about people sometimes feeling that attraction towards you. Yes, because you're physically attractive, but also because they're feeling your sexual energy run through them when they meet you. and you're not doing it intentionally, but Spirit is showing me like different celebrities like Marilyn Monroe, um, other celebrities that are considered sex symbols, where they have very powerful sexual energy within them. So even if they're not trying to act in a more sexual way, people will still find them attractive because Spirit is showing me their energies sort of mingle with other people's energies, and they have a lot of high sexual energy, very healing sexual energy, where they're able to use their magnetism to attract people towards them energetically. But it's more than that. It's like they're able to use their sexual energy to get what they want out of life. And I don't mean that in a more negative way or connotation, because like I said, it's not coming through like that, but it's more so coming through like the sacral chakra energy is running through other people's energy, and then they feel the sense of attraction towards you. And sometimes they don't know why and they don't know how to stop that. And then it's like, I'm seeing your sacral chakra energy sort of helping you gain things you want in life, where you're not necessarily using your sexuality to manipulate people into getting what you want or using it to gain success. That's not what I mean, but it's like, when you're using your creativity, you're using your sexual energy, your creative energy from the sacral chakra, and you're pouring it into what you do. Or when you're doing your work, you're using that energy of pleasure and pouring it into the work you do. And then it's like you're putting your sexual creative energy into what you do, and you're birthing something new from that, a new opportunity or something like that. So it's very hard to explain with words because Spirit is showing it to me clairvoyantly, visually. So it's not like words they're showing me, but imagery they're showing me. So it's kind of hard to explain, but I hope it makes sense. So basically, the sacral chakra is responsible for our energy of creation and manifestation as well. So when you think of it and you're doing something and you're using that sense of passion, pleasure for what you're doing, you're creating something out of that. You're manifesting something out of that. So say, for example, I'm doing tarot and I'm really enjoying what I'm doing. I'm using that creative energy from the sacral chakra to create more manifestations and blessings for myself, if that makes sense, but also for others. So that's how I want to explain it more, if that makes sense. I do hope it does make sense. We have destiny. So people subconsciously see that you have a big destiny, a big purpose within this lifetime, where you're supposed to use what you're passionate about and what you find pleasure in your career path or in your path in general to help others. Even here with the third eye, people subconsciously think you're very intuitive and you're meant to use maybe some spiritual gifts in a way where you mix it with what's pleasurable to you so that you can create a beautiful destiny and legacy for yourself. We have the Nine of Wands and we have the card Perception. With your pile, I don't really feel like using oracle cards, so I'm just going to use tarot till the end. I don't know why, but I just feel that intuitively. Then we have the Queen of Swords. Okay, so I guess what I'm seeing here with this Perception card is some people will perceive you in different ways based on their own perception of the world. So if someone has a skewed perspective of you or they're projecting their own things onto you, usually it's based off their own perception of something that is distorted in nature, or they're projecting something onto you. So don't take that personally when people do that, especially when people say it so casually to you where it hurts your feelings. I pick up on that. So I pick up on maybe you having certain people around you in the past where they've projected things onto you with their words that were not even true. And it really hurt in the moment because it's like, how can you see me like that? Because I'm not like that. So I do pick up on that energy. Also showing up a lot within your reading with the Queen of Swords here. We have the Four of Wands. And lastly, we have the Four of Swords. So what I see here with your pile is with the Queen of Swords, it's like you're learning to open up your throat chakra. People subconsciously think that you are learning to speak up for yourself and do so in a way where you're still acting with integrity, but still speaking up for yourself and not letting people walk all over you. Because there is this mindset in the spiritual community of like, if you're spiritual, you have to be peaceful and be the bigger person and just like kind of like let the other person do what they want. But in my perspective, we still can be spiritual and still stand up for ourselves in a respectful way, of course. But it's like you're learning to sort of speak up for yourself more and not care about people's perception of you after that. I do also think with the Four of Wands, people see you as a go-getter subconsciously. They think of you as somebody that is very peaceful, but you still don't let people bring problems into your life or challenges into your life. Once they're starting to create problems for you, then you will speak up for yourself respectfully. I think sometimes people have this perception of you because you're so peaceful. It's kind of like they can push your buttons and you won't do anything. But the thing is, you're still human with feelings and emotions. So then their perception of you kind of sometimes changes when you do stand up for yourself. And again, don't take this personally, but sometimes people put you in a box where they're like, oh, this person's so peaceful. They wouldn't, shout at me if I did this thing to them, or they wouldn't stand up to me if I did this thing to them. And it's kind of like they're looking for, it's like they're starting first and they're looking for shit. That's what I'm hearing from spirit. Sorry for my language. I don't usually like to swear in my readings, but it's what I'm hearing. So when spirit guides, well, spirit guides don't really swear, but sometimes ancestors do. It means they're really trying to get their point across. So the thing is, I feel like you stand up for yourself, and then their perception of you kind of changes, where it's like they get very bitter because they thought they could walk all over you. And sometimes people will try to disrupt your peace, but I feel like you're learning to not let them rob you of your peace. That's what I see here. I also see some people from your past could have different perceptions of you based on the story they tell themselves. So you know how there's like that saying of like, there is one side of the story from one person's perspective, then the other person's perspective, and the middle is usually the truth. So I feel like some people have more of their own biases coming through where they paint you in another picture that's not really true. It's distorted, like people from your past. And I think you've had a lot of people around you start things with you where they start first, but then they make you out to be sort of like the villain in their own mind, and they tell themselves that story so much until they actually believe it. But then other people, when they're hearing that, they're like subconsciously thinking, there's holes in this person's story because it doesn't make sense to me. Pile number 2 is like this and this and this, and they act with integrity and they're so honest and they're such a peaceful person that I don't think what this person is saying about them is true. I think this person's just trying to change my perception of pile 2 by what they're saying. And I don't know why I'm picking up on this energy, but maybe you've just had a lot of karmic connections in your past that you've had to heal from, where it's like, even if they speak bad about you, you've learned to find inner peace knowing that, if people choose to believe that, then that's them. That's on them. Because if people choose to not understand you and your perspective or come to you and see your side of the story, then that's on them. Then you don't want to be around them. So I also feel like with the Four of Wands, it's like you're meant to celebrate your achievements in this lifetime from what you create out of your destiny. And you're meant to also, while you are very good at problem solving as well, and seeing with time how those solutions you create change things in a way where that thing is no longer a problem but a celebration, if that makes sense. People also subconsciously think with time you have transformed yourself and grown as a person, you've rebirthed a lot, and you also know how to turn certain weaknesses you may have into strengths, into your greatest gifts. So I feel like over a bunch of lifetimes, let's say maybe back in the day of one of your not recent past lives, but very long ago past lives, it's kind of like maybe you had something you were working on where today it's your greatest gift. That's what I'm seeing in your energy. It's like you know how to turn weaknesses into strengths, into gifts, and do that for others as well. So I definitely see that people subconsciously see that and think that of you. So this is what I have for you, pile number 2. Also, we have the Sensual at the back of the deck. So I think people subconsciously think that you're very loyal because this is a card of loyalty. So yeah, I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my pile number 3s. If you chose this Peacock or Crystal and the Queer Tarot, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at what are people's subconscious thoughts of you. Please be aware that this is a general reading, so only take what resonates, leave the rest. If you happen to find yourself enjoying this reading, then please consider hitting the subscribe button. Also, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can find my email address in the description box below. Okay, so Spirit Guides of pile number 3. Spirit Guides of pile number 3. What are people's subconscious thoughts about them? So we have the 10 of Pentacles. We have the King of Pentacles. A lot of earth sign energy in this pile. So Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Or people could just see you as very grounded in nature if you're not an earth sign. We have the King of Swords. We have the Six of Wands reversed. We have the Wheel of Fortune. And we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so at the back of the deck, we do have the Hermit reversed. So people subconsciously think that you're very intelligent, very smart. You know how to use your logic in a way that best helps you move through life and in a way that helps you within your progress towards your career, your goals, the things you want in life. People subconsciously think that you have your life together. They often subconsciously see you as sort of like perfect in their eyes, where it's like you look very put together. You look like you have your life together. You look like you have things in order. Whether that's true or not, it's like they subconsciously think of you as a very organized, put together person, where it's like you have your life together. But what I will say with you is maybe you've had some hardships around successes in life. Because this to me reminds me of Saturn, which is the planet of hardships, lessons. Maybe some of you are Capricorns or Aquariuses or have Saturn significant within your chart. But yeah, check out where your Saturn placement is, like what house it's in and what sign it is in, because it can tell you a little bit about the lessons you're learning in this lifetime and where you're experiencing restrictions so that you can learn from those restrictions and make it something that helps you gain more luck and success. Okay, and not just within your career, but other aspects of life too. People subconsciously think that you're somebody that is very smart, but sometimes you feel like you don't have clarity on what to do next. And it's like maybe for you, you need lists, you need organization to feel like you are on top of things, if that makes sense. People subconsciously think that you're a very family-orientated person, that you're very grounded and balanced and put together, that you maybe want a family of your own, or just like family is very important to you, where you wouldn't just leave them behind. Because I'm hearing that line from Lilo and Stitch where it's like Ohana means family, family never gets left behind. Sorry, I was speaking too fast there for my words to catch up. But yeah, there's something about family being very important to you. People subconsciously think of you as a provider. Some of you maybe even financially support your parents or your family, or you have in the past when they were struggling. And I'm picking up on an energy within this pile where maybe some of you grew up without a lot of money within your family line, but you've done what you can to study, to get well educated, to sort of like pave a new path within your family line, within your generation, for creating generational wealth. So with the King of Pentacles here, people can subconsciously see and think that you're somebody that places a lot of value and importance within changing things within the family line, bringing abundance and wealth into the family line, not from superficial means, but to make life a little bit easier, and so that life doesn't have to be so hard and challenging for your family. Especially if you want kids in the future, you want stability of your own, and you want to be able to have financial independence and, be able to get the things you need, but also buy yourself something nice once in a while. There's nothing wrong with wanting that. People subconsciously think that you have grown a lot from the challenges and restrictions, but it's sort of like what Spirit is showing me. Lexi the Leo used this metaphor before, but Spirit is showing this to me clairvoyantly, so shout out to her. But Spirit is showing me, when you have like a gate and plants kind of grow around the gate, and the gate doesn't kind of like stop the plants from growing, it will grow around the gate. So it's like even the challenges and restrictions and blocks within your path have helped you grow around that, where you don't let yourself get discouraged by those restrictions or blocks. I don't think it's really a block, but it's like a restriction where it almost feels like something is holding us back. Okay, so the reason I say so is because I'm clairvoyantly seeing like a dog that wants to almost run, but the leash is holding him back. So you try to outgrow things that hold you back in a way, things that keep you stuck in a way, and that's what people subconsciously think of you. People subconsciously think that, you've worked very hard in your life to get where you are today. And a lot of the challenges in your life were due to finances and restrictions around finances. And it's like you don't want to struggle there anymore. With the Six of Wands reversed, when I pulled this card, I felt heartbreak within my heart chakra. So maybe it hurt your heart to see, your family or people around you struggling in life, working so hard, but not making that much money, or not being able to make ends meet even though they work so hard. Like some of you had parents that worked 2 or 3 jobs, or parents that immigrated in some way to make a better life for their kids, So I'm seeing energies like that within this pile, where it's like you're trying to make a change. And although you've worked very hard towards your success, I think you're still on the path towards finding that. And with the Wheel of Fortune, what Spirit is telling me is you are fated to create some kind of change within your family line, because I actually see within your past lives, this doesn't relate to the reading, but it's sort of here to help you if you do relate to the reading, of course. In a lot of past lives, you have been people that make something out of nothing when it comes to finances and career. So I'm also seeing in a lot of past lives, some of you may have been in royal families, and it's like you learned how to cultivate resources and abundance in those past lives. So that is where your gift lies, pertaining to your Akashic records and your past lives. So it is part of your purpose to bring a new frequency of abundance to the family line and change things for the family line so that things can become easier. And I feel like your part of your soul mission leans towards that. And I feel like your ancestors asked you to be a part of this family line to create that change because they know where your gifts lie from those past lives. So I feel like even if it hasn't happened yet, it's going to happen. And with the Ace of Pentacles reverse, maybe some of you feel as though you had certain opportunities that came your way, but you could not take those opportunities, or you missed those opportunities, or there's a feeling of regret here, like I wish I could have done more in the past. Or maybe I'm picking up on other energies like your parents' energies or grandparents or ancestral, but there's something about feeling like we're getting money but then we just lose it the whole time. So I don't know if I'm picking up on your family line or you, or like the experiences you've had. But I think people subconsciously see this within you, but it's not coming from a place of judgment, but it's coming from a place of, I really hope this person is able to make things better for themselves, make things easier for themselves, gain more success. Like I see people not judging you, but subconsciously picking up on this energy of this kind of energy you've experienced and how you want to create a change here with the Wheel of Fortune. So we have the Ace of Swords reverse. Sometimes it feels like it's such a big thing to mentally grasp, where it's like maybe you have such big goals that sometimes it feels like our logical mind sometimes holds us back, where sometimes it's like we feel like we need to be realistic, but if we think big, it almost feels like our subconscious mind is holding us back by making it feel sort of impossible. And I think people that subconsciously see that within you also have that thing within themselves, where it's like a relatability kind of thing. And again, it's not conscious, it's subconscious. 1111. So we have the Star. The Death card. I feel the heartbreak again. So maybe some of you had to mourn certain people you have lost. If you have, I'm so sorry for your loss. Maybe some of you had to heal from that with the Star. But I also feel, if you don't relate to that, I also feel an energy here where maybe you had parents that had big dreams and goals, but it almost feels like life just crushed their dreams and goals, where it felt very impossible to reach. Or grandparents, or maybe this is what I'm feeling in your family line. So this reading is like a very ancestral reading. I think your ancestors are here giving these messages, which is why it's coming through like this. But it's like you are the one to transform things within your family line with the Death card, change things. And with the Star, it's like you're learning to believe in your dreams, believe in your goals, even if they seem impossible, and shoot for the stars and let go of that mindset of like, this feels too impossible, you know what I mean? We have the Three of Pentacles reversed. I feel like people see you subconsciously as that type of person that would rather work alone. Like, not that you don't like working in a team with people, but you find more peace within working alone and doing your own thing rather than working in a group of people. People might also pick up that you're a little bit more introverted with the Hermit reversed. And maybe some of you have had to isolate yourself from certain people to have more of a tunnel vision. So maybe people subconsciously see that you've had to isolate yourself from people that have very negative mindsets, that because it rubs off on you, you don't want to be around people like that. And you've had to learn to go within. And it sort of feels like a forced alone journey. Like, you didn't want to be alone on your journey, but you were forced to move through it alone. Maybe some of you have even sacrificed a lot of your social life to work on your career and your abundance and finances. The Nine of Pentacles. So this is what I was speaking about. It's like people subconsciously see that you're going to create financial independence. Even if you don't see your hard work paying off yet, the Nine of Pentacles is about harvesting our hard work. It's about gaining the rewards of the work we've been putting in, even if it takes time. That's what the Nine of Pentacles is about. It's about, slowly going towards that goal. And even if it takes time, continuing to do so until we reap the benefits of our hard work. So that's what the Nine of Pentacles is all about. And that's what people subconsciously think you're going to become, or you're soon going to have. There may also be a feeling within this pile of feeling misunderstood and feeling like you had to isolate yourself from people for whatever reason due to pain of your own. Feeling like lonely even around people. I don't think this is something you have necessarily opened up to about to others, but I feel like you are craving your soul family. You're craving like-minded people in your life. And I feel like you're in this journey of your life where maybe you're feeling like you don't have those like-minded people around you and you crave that. And I think people subconsciously see that. We have cracked open with rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. We have baby steps with action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. And we have the blue flame with spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. So I do feel with these three cards, it's like you've gone through a lot of pain, a lot of rock bottom moments within your life, but you still picked yourself back up and continued walking forward, continued moving forward, even if you had to struggle up the stairs. It's kind of like I'm getting that energy from these two cards where it's like you're feeling so low, but it's like, I can't stop now. I'm always there at the finish line. I can't stop now. And I feel this throat chakra energy with you where maybe people subconsciously think you don't share your struggles with others because you don't want to bring them down or be a burden to them. Or I don't know what the reason is, but people subconsciously see that and they subconsciously want you to open up to them because they would love to support you through that. And they wouldn't judge you. Of course, we can't expect everybody to be there for us because not everybody has the emotional intelligence to be able to listen and comfort us. But you know the people that you trust and can go to for that. So, some people want you to go to them and tell them about the things you're experiencing emotionally so that they can be there for you and support you. And they want you to know that you're not walking this journey alone, like they're here with you. You don't have to do this alone. Your intuition is guiding you towards these goals and dreams because it is meant for you. It is fated for you. It is part of your destiny. So it's like as you're taking action and baby steps towards this goal or thing you want to achieve for your life, people subconsciously see that it is what you're meant to be doing, and the divine kind of awakened you to what you're meant to be doing so that you can kind of like go towards where you're meant to be. You've had to integrate a lot of the wisdom from the lessons you've experienced and pick yourself back up even after you fall down and continue to use all your power to continue to take action even when you felt like you couldn't go on anymore. I feel like this is going to be very emotional to heal here for a lot of you, but I said heal by accident. So maybe this reading was coming through with the intention of your ancestors to be healing to you in some way. So I really hope this reading resonated for you, pile number 3. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.